If you work with Snowflake and haven't tried Cortex Code yet, you need to check it out. We're talking about an AI coding agent built directly into Snowflake, one that understands your data, your pipelines, your workflows, really just all of your code. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 things: what skills are and why they matter, how Cortex Code handles failed task analysis, and how you can build your own custom skills, and what the new team of agent feature means for the future of data engineering. So let's get into it. So what are skills? Think of a skill as a playbook that you hand off to an AI agent. A skill is a packaged set of instructions, context, and workflows that Cortex Code can load to perform expert data tasks on Snowflake and your data stack. So instead of the agent having to figure things out from scratch every time, the right skill equips the agent with the right docs, best practices, and step-by-step guidance. You can access skills by simply using a /, and there are already pre-built skills within the Snowflake environment, such as the machine learning skill, data governance skill, the machine learning skill, the data governance skill, cost intelligence, data quality, lineage. All of these are useful, and I encourage you to investigate and read about them in the documentation. Now let's talk about something every data engineer deals with: failed tasks. Tracking down why a task failed, what upstream dependency caused it, and what downstream broke. That means digging through a lot of logs, running lineage tracing queries, and manually piecing things together, which can take the better part of an afternoon. With Cortex Code, that's not the case. With Cortex Code, you can just ask, what are some of the failed tasks in my account? And within minutes, you'll get the results of what you just queried. No SQL, no special commands. Cortex Code queries the task's history, filters the errors and returns the failed tasks along with the error code in seconds. I just have one. Built-in skills are great for standard workflows, but what about the stuff that's specific to your team, specific to your role, to your project, your naming conventions, your modeling standards, your internal data definitions? That's where custom skills come in. Skills are directories that contain a skill.md file that injects domain-specific knowledge and instructions into a Cortex Code conversation. When you invoke a skill, its instructions become part of the active context, teaching Cortex Code your organization's best practices, coding standards, or specialized workflows for the duration of that session. You can ask Cortex Code to create a skills directory. So for example, I'm going to ask it to create a skills directory called documentation. Now that we have the documentation directory, I'm going to ask Cortex Code to create my skill. So in the directory, I'm asking it to, in this directory, documentation, create a skill called pipeline documentation. So for a given table, document the pipelines associated with it, document the sources, destination tables, any airflow DAGs associated, as well as the source to destination mapping. And after we call the skill, we can give it the table name so it documents the pipeline. So since our table was a dynamic table that is part of a pipeline that creates the DT daily summary, we have the architecture of the entire pipeline here. We have the source tables and, the destination, obviously, and everything else that we need for this documentation. Now, this is a fairly simple example that I use to demonstrate, but as you are the expert in the project that you're working on, the skills that you can build will be specific to the tasks that you find that you're repeating over and over and using AI over and over for. So agent teams is where things get a little bit more exciting. So what agent teams are, they introduce a coordination layer that transform Cortex Code into a powerful multi-agent orchestrator. So instead of tackling one task at a time, you can spin up independent sub-agents that work in parallel on specific jobs and have different personas. So a lead agent can spin up teammates with defined roles such as research, coding, testing, and then coordinate all of them together. So this is actually how it works. So I'm gonna tell our Cortex Code to create a team of agents to analyze my warehouse usage past 30 days. I don't have much here. Find queries spilling to remote storage and identify any tables that could benefit from clustering keys. So let's see. It's going to take a while to work through this to spin up the agents, and let's see what we get. So within minutes, I get my results, my warehouse usage in the last 30 days, queries spilling over to remote storage, which I have none, and some clustering key candidates. So if you're a data engineer, you know the impact that Claude Code has had on the industry within the last few months. Work doesn't take 3 or 4 days anymore, and data engineers are submitting 5 times as much pull requests. You know that at the same time, while this is happening, Claude Code can't integrate into the environment you're working in. So for example, if you're working in a Microsoft Fabric, Claude Code can help you create the notebooks, and all you have to do is maybe double check it to sort of know what it's doing, read through the code, but you can't create the artifacts. You can't tell Claude Code, create this pipeline from A to B, and it sets things up in Microsoft Fabric. You can't do that maybe yet. Just like in AWS, yes, you can help. Yes, you can get Claude to write your glue job, but you can't create the environment. You can't create the different artifacts that you need for a complex system architecture. But with Cortex Code, that's the difference, is it integrates with your environment, and you can ask it questions about your environment, about the usage, about lineage tracing. It can do all of that. The AI is actually working inside of it, in addition to writing your code. So I think Snowflake really did a great thing here and beat out some of its competition with this, but all of the platforms, whether it's Microsoft or AWS, will get here. It's just Snowflake got here first. If you want to learn more about the new tech that's coming out in data engineering and AI, hit subscribe so you don't miss my next video.